With entrepreneurship comes sacrifice. Guys, we sacrificed. We bought a $1,000 Civic to make this work. We did not make enough money. On weekends, we always wanted to make sure that we were still going on date night. We called my mom, and she was the one that would always, and if I choke up a little, it's because just recently, within the last few years, I lost my mom to cancer, and it's still so hard for me. My mom would come over and watch our kids for us, and she would assume that we were going to dinner, that we were going to go spend the night, maybe going to the movies. The truth, guys, is we didn't have money. And I didn't want to ask my mom for money. I didn't want to ask people for money. And so what me and Wendy would do, we'd hop in that $1,000 Civic and we would drive around the corner and we'd just go to a local park. We didn't have money to go out to dinner, but more importantly, we didn't have money to just sit there and drive around either, to just put gas into the car. So we parked at this park and we'd get out and we'd just hold hands and go walk through this park and dream big. We were walking around, we're holding hands, and we were just dreaming big, just talking about, hey, when we win, and we were just talking like hypothetically, as we win, other people are gonna win. And so one thing we did that was pretty special that night, we knelt down, we said a prayer, and we said, hey God, as we win, when we win, we want you to know that we're gonna commit to you that over and above our needs, we're going to use that money to bless other people's lives. This has been a commitment that me and Wendy have stayed pretty dang tight to and have held near and dear to our hearts, but more important, have kept the commitment. A few days later, this is where it gets interesting. My brother-in-law, Wendy's brother, was gonna go serve a 2-year church mission for the church we belong to. He's getting ready to leave, and he has one item that he still doesn't have, and that's a bike. Me and Wendy looked in our bank account. The bike cost $500. We had $600, guys. And I looked at Wendy. We both just kind of smiled, and we both knew what each other was gonna say. We said, let's do it. Let's pay for this bike. We wanted to prove to God we'd be willing, even when time was tight. We take this $500, we go buy the bike, $100 left in the bank account. Next few days, I'm sitting there at work. An individual walks into my office. He says, hey, I was walking down the street. I saw your sign, and I want you to quote my insurance. I said, okay, what do you have? Thinking like home and auto, right? He's like, well, I've got this commercial business. It's a pretty big business. I would like to get this quoted. Do you have time? I said, I'd love to. The quote comes back, and it says like $20,000. And I'm like, holy smokes, I've never sold anything like this. And the individual looks at me, and I don't know what to think. I'm like, oh, is he gonna take it, or is this way too high? He says, you know what? This has more coverage than my current policy. It has things that I've never even heard of, never seen. He says, let's go with this. I want this policy. Now, guys, here's what's cool about this. That one policy paid me $4,000. I remember sitting there and just crying. Tears coming down my face as I called my wife, and I'm like, Wendy, you won't believe this. This guy comes in, and it's not a coincidence. This is directly tied to the $500 we put out towards the bike. We didn't have a ton of money, but we were willing to bless someone else's lives. And look at this, the law of the harvest, like it came back tenfold. Had some happy tears on the phone. It was such a special moment.